Point of order. The right
Speaker, in the interest of the Christmas spirit and comedy, I seek an extension of time for that, Speaker.
No. The member cannot seek leave on behalf of another member. The Honourable...
Okay.
In that point
case,
of order.
Mr. Point of Order, I'd seek an extension of time for myself.
Leave is sought for an extension for David Seymour to complete his speech. Is there any objection? Yes, The Honourable Peter Dunn.
Mr. Speaker, when we resumed in February, if anyone had said that by December the British would have voted to leave the European Union, David Cameron would have resigned, Donald Trump would have been the President-elect of the United States, and John Key would have resigned, apart from the self-delusion to my right, we would have said take them out and shoot them because they don't know what they're talking about. Mr. Speaker, this has been an extraordinary year, and I think what it does is remind all of us that politics these days is a remarkably fluid and unstable business. Now, Mr. Speaker, as I came into the chamber, the Maori Party Waiata was concluding, and I wondered whether that was de rigueur for this debate. I've got to say to the House, I'm not going to join in song at the conclusion of this remark, but if you want to see me do so, you can actually watch News Hub's video of the New Zealand Christmas Carol, which I appeared in and which went to #1 on the day that it went out. So, Mr. Speaker, you are looking at a #1 artist here. The only problem is I've been waiting for the contract offers. They haven't come in yet. So anyone who's out there who saw that song, voted it to be #1 and thought there's a one... Well, I can't actually remember... The member wants a sample. I can't actually remember the line that I sang, but it was very good. Anyway, Mr. Speaker, as I said at the beginning, this has been a remarkable year for New Zealand. I think that we celebrated the triumphs of our sports people throughout the year. We celebrated a lot of achievements in terms of various areas of activity. In my own portfolios, I'm delighted to have seen a lot of major change occur. The fire service reform, which has stalled so many times over so many years, is now beyond the point of no return, and the legislation will pass next year and it will be in place. The second area we're moving on is the huge work about the transformation of the recognition, the storage and the home for our constitutional and other important national documents. We've got work going on in the health area relating to ambulance services, relating to the national drug policy and so on and so forth. And just today I released a consultative document regarding the new Game Animal Trophy levy to apply to fund the Game Animal Council. So I want to thank all the officials who've worked with me during the year to bring these policies to fruition. I want to thank the members of my own office team for their dedication, their loyalty and their commitment. And I want to acknowledge all the people who make this institution run, the people who are here when we are not here, who clean offices, who make sure that everything's ready for us when we come here. Our library staff, our research staff, the news media, the gallery, who are somewhat peripatetic at the moment, but hopefully will get a permanent home before too long. Everyone who makes this democracy function effectively deserves to be remembered at this time of year. The ministerial drivers, ministerial support staff, again, people who make the process of democracy function effectively. I want to acknowledge them. Mr. Speaker, I'm not going to indulge in a political diatribe, but there's been plenty of time for that during the year. I think that the thing that strikes one about this Parliament is the passion and the intensity of argument that flows, but at the end of the day there's always and I hate to be borrowing a phrase, but there's always a camaraderie that stands out about the essence of democracy, the respect for freedom that all of us enjoy. So, Mr. Speaker, shortly we will all retire to our various parts of the country to celebrate Christmas with our families and our friends, those who are important to us. I hope that every member is able to spend time in that vein over the next few weeks. I hope that Christmas 2017 is a peaceful and successful one for you all, that the year 2017 brings you, if not all of your dreams, then some of your dreams. But I also hope that as a nation and as individuals, we can just use a bit of time in the next few weeks to think about those for whom the Christmas season and the end of the year are not actually moments of highlight. The lonely, the elderly, the sick, the dispossessed. These will be times of struggle for them, and just some sympathy and some empathy with their situation, I think, is the least we can owe to them. But, Mr. Speaker, I hope every member has a very relaxing and peaceful holiday. comes back under your wise leadership of this House next year to fight what will be a remarkable year and an even more remarkable election campaign to come. Merry Christmas to everyone.